So how does that decision get made to move to Ghana?
It wasn't an easy one, that's for sure.
Okay. So what happened for you that made you change your mind about potentially moving here?
I think after I started having children,
Yeah.
I kind of I'm fed up of the routine. Something I've realized about myself is that I'm not a kind of conventional person where I can say, okay, I'm gonna go do a 9 to 5 and say that I'm happy.
Boom! What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joannis or Joe Hatagwa. I'm a Sierra Leonean American living here in West Africa. And if you want to know why somebody would move from the UK here to Accra, Ghana, then this is the video for you. Okay, cool. So today we're meeting up with Natural Ghana Girl, aka Dela, or Dela, aka Natural Ghana Girl. That's her channel. Her YouTube channel is called Natural Ghana Girl, and she has another YouTube channel as well. She's building a house here in Accra, Ghana, and she takes you through all of those steps to building a house. So I sit down and talk to her today about that process of building a house, and also what brought her here to Ghana. Why did her and her husband and her kids move to Ghana? And then also, what's her experience been like in Ghana since moving here? You get to hear all of that and more. Check it out. All right, guys, so I'm on my way to Destination Africa, their location. They have a place that they've allowed me to shoot. I'm going to be interviewing Dela, aka Natural Ghana Girl. So I'm on my way to interview her now. I'm really looking forward to being able to talk to her about her life, her move to Ghana. You know, she's originally from the UK. So I want to talk to her a little bit about why she came from the UK to Ghana. She's actually in the process of building a house. So her life leading up to her decision to move, the house building process, what's that's been like for her. I think it'll be interesting since you guys all know I'm building a house in Sierra Leone. So we'll get a chance to see the perspective of somebody building a house here in Ghana. And I'm on my way there, so check it out. Boom. What's up, guys? Today, I have a very special guest with me. I have Dela from Natural Ghana Girl.
That's the one.
Nice. And so we met briefly at the Meet and Create event.
Yep.
That was one of Maya's events, and we did exactly that. We met, and now we're creating. So I'm really grateful for that event. I've seen a lot of interesting reviews online, but I think those people didn't make the most out of that event because I saw some people in line to interview you.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you did some interviews in person.
Yeah.
My phone died, so I had to schedule another interview. I've been recording the whole time, so I got a ton of content. Can't wait to share that with you all. But I appreciate you taking the time.
That's okay.
And for those of you who aren't familiar, I can't imagine you wouldn't be, can you tell a little bit about who you are, what it is you do, and a little bit about your channel?
Natural Ghana Girl. I currently have 2 channels at the moment. So one is to follow our building process because we're building a house here in Ghana, myself and my family. And the other channel is more to do with like vlogging, culture, lifestyle, that kind of thing. I feel like I could be a bit more creative on that one. Whereas the building one, everyone just kind of wants to see the building process and see what our house looks like. So I had to create a separate channel to cater to 2 audiences. So yeah, so we've been in Ghana a little while now.
Okay.
We've been here, I always forget if it's 7 or 8 years. I get so confused. It's been so long now. I guess when you've been somewhere a period of time, the numbers don't really matter anymore. They just kind of mesh into each other.
Right.
So yeah, we've been here a while now. Absolutely love Ghana. Wouldn't change anything about our journey here. It's been amazing, but it's definitely not been straightforward. Mm-hmm. It has been like this.
Sure.
Definitely. So, but hey, it's still all good.
Nice. Well, we'll get into all of that because I have some questions for you for sure. So yeah, and I love that you've decided to split the 2 pages. I think that makes sense. I'm also in that process trying to figure that out because, you know, I'm much more than just my move to Ghana, right? And now that I'm creating content, I'm thinking I want to do that. So that just kind of reinforces the idea every time I talk to someone like you. But when did you split the 2 pages? Did you do that immediately or was that more recent?
No, this is a recent thing. So it's been probably about 6 weeks now.
Okay.
I wanted to do it ages ago, but I was so scared about the workload because obviously it's like catering for 2 channels. You've got to keep them both going. So obviously a lot more work having 2 channels. But I felt it was necessary because if I put everything onto the one building channel, most people will come to me for building. And so when I upload something that's not building, they're not necessarily interested, and so it's not good for your channel. It kind of kills your channel a bit. So it was better to split the two and then get a new audience that wanted to see all the other stuff outside. Because some people will just want to see, you know, what I'm doing in my daily life. They want to know more about me, but I can't really do that on the building one. You kind of restrict it because you're talking about building. So it was necessary to do it. So it was more of a recent thing.
All right, so I want to take a step back a little bit. Are you of Ghanaian descent?
Yes.
You are? Okay.
I am.
What about your other half?
Yep.
Okay,
We're both Ghanaian.
Okay, you're both Ghanaian. So can we talk a little bit about the journey getting to the place where you decided, well, first of all, your upbringing, obviously you spent time in the UK, and then what brought you back
How did
here?
you guess?
I'm good with accents. The one thing I do get mixed up is Australian and South African, but I can't do the different regions in the UK, but I know when it's the UK, for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, so did you, so your parents are both born and raised in Ghana?
Yeah.
So were you born in the UK or were you born here?
I was born in Ghana. I was born in the UK.
Okay.
But my parents both were born and raised in Ghana all their lives. So then when they got to a certain age, like in their 20s, they both moved to the UK, and that's where myself and my brothers were raised.
Okay.
Same for my husband as well.
Okay.
Similar sort of thing.
And so you guys met in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay. Had you been coming back and forth growing up?
I had, yeah.
Okay.
Like, that was like, I mean, people went on holidays, they're going to America, they're going here, they're going there. Every 2 years, we're going to Ghana, we're going to Ghana, we're going to Ghana. It was always Ghana for us. So
Okay.
I was familiar with Ghana somewhat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and so at some point in time you meet your husband in the UK, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay, so how does that decision get made to move to Ghana?
It wasn't an easy one, that's for sure.
Okay.
What happened was, I think it was in 2007, my mum wanted us to do like a family trip and come to Ghana. So my husband's family and my family, we all came together. And Kwame hadn't actually been to Ghana for years. He left Ghana when he was 6.
Okay.
And he hadn't been back in however 20 years or whatever it was.
Okay.
And so when we came, he was just he was shocked at what Ghana was, because he had obviously only seen what had been on TV and didn't really know much. So he was he wasn't really sure what to expect when he got here. So when he got here, he was so overwhelmed by how much Ghana had developed and all of that. Then he was like, oh, I just want to live here one day. I was like, oh really? Good for you. You know, type of. I wasn't ready because I'd had my own experiences and I wasn't ready. But he was, since that time we came, he was always pushing, like, let's go to Ghana, let's move, let's go. And I was like, nah. Okay. I ain't going. Sorry, you're going by yourself.
So how did it, so because I actually had that same kind of viewpoint about Sierra Leone. Something triggered my change. So what happened for you that made you change your mind about potentially moving here?
I think after I started having children, I kind of I'm fed up of the routine. Something I've realized about myself is that I'm not a kind of conventional person where I can say, okay, I'm gonna go do a 9 to 5 and say that I'm happy.
I see.
I'm not like that. So I tried that so many times. Go and get a job, a 9 to 5, and I was never happy. I was always miserable. Even through the years where I was having children, I was just at home. I still didn't feel fulfilled. There was just something felt a bit empty in me. And we came and we did another holiday in Ghana, and I was just like, the itch started. You know, it started, and I tried to brush it off, but it was there. It was obvious. Yeah. And so after a while, I was just like, okay, let's give it a go. Yeah, because things in the UK were just not easy. You know, I feel like when you're in the UK, you live kind of hand to mouth, and there's that for me is not living. That's not living. That's just surviving, and I didn't want to just survive.
Yeah, the hamster wheel, as we call it in the US. So this is 6, 7, or 8 years ago, right? So long before the year of return, before it became popular to move. So how much has Ghana changed even in that time? I know it had changed a lot in the 20 years prior to your husband coming back, but for you from the time you moved till now?
It has massively changed.
So I've heard.
Massively. Yeah. Do you know, I know that people complain about when they come to Ghana that they can't get this and they can't get that. I'm like, then you could not have survived the years that we came, because it has improved. It is so easy to move to Ghana now, I can just say that. As long as you got your income kind of sorted. It is so easy to move here. There's not a lot that you would go without. Whereas before, there was no Uber, there was no Bolt. So if you wanted to go somewhere, you had to go flag down a taxi. So if you live deep inside somewhere, you have to walk to the main road unless you happen to see a passing taxi. Like, it was not easy. There were things that you couldn't get here, or the price was just so astronomical. Like, you're talking like 6 times the price of what you would normally pay for things.
Wow.
It was really, really, really hard. So what we had to do was, every time we needed something, we'd have to get someone to ship for us.
Okay.
And we'd have to ration what we had because we couldn't get what we needed here.
I see.
Because we were in that kind of transition mode. So it was really difficult. But now Ghana has changed so much, so easy. I'm like, piece of cake, man.
Yeah, hearing all your horror stories, I mean, I'm lucky, and none of that is my experience at all. So I'm glad that like people like you came, and all of you came. I think you guys made it so that it's a safer landing for people like us. So you've been here, let's say, what? I don't do math in public, but okay, 7 or 8 years. 7 or 8 years, and in that time, it's changed dramatically. So you've come with your kids. So how has the experience been for them here and in school? Just the kids' experience. How has it been for them?
Do you know, they absolutely love it.
Okay.
The day that we landed in Ghana, the first thing my daughter did was take off her shoes and throw them away.
Okay.
She hates wearing shoes.
Okay.
Even till this day, like, she just wanted to feel the ground and be able to run and be free, and the sun was out and I was sweating, and she was like, she doesn't care. She was like going, and my children were just running around the house, like just going and going. I'm like, I was tired even looking at them.
Yeah.
But they adapt. In fact, I think for children, it was easier for them to adapt than it was even for us.
Okay.
They had no issues, absolutely none, at all.
Nice. Okay. And so you've been here that long. When did you start the house building process?
Do you know, the house building process has been an interesting one because we have, although we're building this house, we have another house somewhere else that is kind of like half built, but I don't really show that. I don't think I've ever put that one on camera before.
Okay.
But then, so this recent house, we started building probably about 3 years ago.
Okay.
But within the last year, we've been more kind of like driven and heavily focused on it. So I'd say within the last year, that's when we've really kind of got momentum into doing it. So it's kind of been an on-off process, really.
Okay. Are you a dual citizen between the UK and Ghana?
I don't have dual citizenship, but I have a Ghana passport and I have a British passport.
Got it. Okay. So buying land, did that have to be done through your husband because he would be a Ghana citizen, right?
No, we didn't. We didn't have to do anything like that. It was easy to buy land
really?
because we're both Ghanaian.
Ah, yes. Okay.
So it was never an issue of, oh, you're a foreigner and you're trying to buy land, both Ghanaians. So.
Okay, and so that made it easy.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone through the process in the UK of buying property?
Oh yeah.
So how would you say that differs between the UK and Ghana? Because I think a lot of people want to know like what that process is like.
Buying a property in the UK is pretty easy because there's so many guides and it's so easy. Just like follow these steps and you're there. Right. You know, it's just a matter of maybe time, or if you're in a chain where you're buying someone who's also trying to buy a house and all of that. Right. That can be different, but yeah, the processes are too different. But also you have to remember that buying land and buying a house are also two very different things. Sure. So buying a house out there is pretty much easy. Right. Anyone can kind of do it. Buying land here is another thing altogether because you have to be so careful because you don't want to make a mistake. Right. So that in itself is stressful. To buy the land is easy, but to make sure you have the right genuine land is the hard part, and that's the part that a lot of people get wrong. So. And you lease the land technically, you never really own it, right? Correct. And so that's within Accra, but if you go outside Accra, you can get freehold. Oh, you can get freehold. Interesting. I was not aware of that. Okay. And so the mistake you're talking about is sometimes people buy land from people who don't actually own it. The land, yep. Yeah. Okay. Sold it to multiple people and all of that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what did you do to ensure that that wasn't the case for you? To be honest with you, Kwame did most of the work on that. I kind of wasn't really present for that process. But, I mean, there are certain things that, I've done a whole video on this before, but there are certain things that you can do. So first, the most important thing is to activate the land. Yeah. So before, you can pay a small amount and then you say to the person, look, I want to activate the land. So activating the land means you want to start digging on the land. Okay. Because if that land belongs to someone else, trust me, when you start digging on it, someone will pop out the woodworks and say, that's my land. Right. Don't stop what you're doing. Right. And then you kind of know, obviously. Then you have like window searches you can do. Another thing is whoever you're buying the land from, find out where they live. One thing about Ghana is nobody here likes shame. So if someone is doing something that is deceitful, trust me, they don't want you to know where they live.
That is true.
Because they do not want you to bring shame to their doorstep.
Yes.
Find out where that person lives and make sure that the other people in that area know that that person actually lives there. That's a brilliant one.
Yes, I love that. And that's really important. Ghanaians don't like shame.
They don't.
Somebody tried to bribe me at the airport, and I started talking loudly. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So like in Sierra Leone, it doesn't matter. They don't care.
Yeah.
They're like still giving my Christmas. So that is a good note. That is a good note. Okay, so you've been building for 3 years. Where are you in the process now? Like how much of the house has been completed?
The house has like quite a few floors.
Okay.
And so we're heavily pushing, trying to move into one of the floors.
Okay.
Just for space. So we're almost there. I'd say in the next couple of months we should be good to go in.
Nice.
But there's also another level happening at the moment on top. So that's still very much construction up there. But
Sure.
that will be an ongoing process as well. So to make it into one whole house is going to be probably a little while. But to get into the floor that we need, that's round the corner.
Got it. Did you estimate how long it was going to take from start to finish?
Nope. When I didn't want to know either. I'd rather kind of just be in there and let the process go. But
Okay.
if I feel like, okay, this house is going to take 5 years to complete, it would just be too much for my mind. Like,
Sure.
that just seems like forever. Even though 5 years can come and go, it just
Yeah.
feels like, nah, I can't wait 5 years. This is not going to happen. It would feel demotivating for me, so I'd rather do it the way that we're doing.
Okay. I guess you're doing it in phases, right? So the first floor, and so you can move in, and the construction will be happening above you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking about doing the same thing. So
Yeah.
it's good to know. Okay, yeah. I need to figure that element out. I'm guessing it's going to be quite noisy though, right? While they do work.
The way that we did it, our concrete is so thick.
Yeah.
Like, actually, when someone's upstairs and they drop something, you don't hear a lot of noise downstairs.
Really?
It's not actually that noisy,
Okay.
no, because the concrete is so thick.
Yeah.
My husband, he's a builder, so he's very over the top when it comes to these things. So he wants to make sure everything's done right, so he doubles everything, which costs more.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And the walls here are concrete, right? Which is different from in the West, right?
Exactly.
They use drywall and other things.
Exactly.
You can hear through the walls.
Yeah.
Okay.
So actually, it's not that bad, and I feel like, because we've been on a construction site for so long, we've kind of like got used to it as well. It doesn't disturb us as much.
Yeah.
So just used to
Okay.
it.
2 more questions on the house. One, what were some of the pitfalls? Certain things that maybe you didn't expect, but they occurred. And then the last question would be, what advice would you give to anyone looking to buy and build?
Some of the pitfalls, I think the biggest one was finding the right people to help.
Yeah.
Some people come and they give you all the stories. Oh, I really want to help you. I really like you, and blah 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 blah. And they don't have good intentions. And I think that really did hurt us at some stage, because even though Kwame is a builder, I mean, there's only so much you can do by yourself.
Sure.
It's to build a house is teamwork.
Sure.
And so if you've got someone who's a weak link in that team, or who doesn't necessarily see good for you, it will cause you problems in your building. So because of that, sometimes we've had to make corrections that necessarily didn't have to happen.
Right.
And so, but now we've got a really good team that we work with, and so we've had no problems since then. But before, I mean, it made things so much harder. It was just a nightmare trying to correct things, and some things you don't pop up till later, and it just made the process so difficult. So that is my advice. If you're going to build, make sure you get a team that you can trust, because even if you have all the experts in the world, you can't necessarily be in front of someone 24 hours. You may have 2 trades doing something on the same day. You're watching one, the other one's messing up. You can't be in 2 places, and so you have to be really kind of on it all the time, and it can be very stressful. So make sure that you're ready to take your time, and make sure you're in the right frame of mind frame when you're about to start building, because you have to be in the right mind frame, and you have to be focused to go through the process, because it's not an easy one. And I think that's why a lot of older people tend to prefer to buy, because of the stresses involved in building. Building is cheaper, but it comes with a lot of stresses. But if you can handle the stress, then it's all good. I've gone grey because of it.
I do too. I got it in my beard. I got this one strain. You know, I heard this saying, and it applied to Sierra Leone, but it sounds like it also applies here. It's who you start with may not be who you finish with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you guys, you're on your second group of workers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes I guess you have to get that first group to see and learn and decide this is not working
because
for me.
you have to learn how to, you're adapting. So although you may have your skills from the West, building in Ghana is completely different. So some of the things that they do, that's how they do it, and they don't necessarily want to do it the way you want them to do it all the time. And so you have to learn to come to a compromise when it comes to building. So it's a different thing, but if I start talking about that, well, this video would be like a film.
I can definitely understand that. I've been through my own stories myself. So last, just about Ghana in general, right? So you've been here, what, 7 or 8 years. How have you been adjusting and liking it, and do you see yourself here for the long term?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. For me, I mean, I would never disrespect the UK in any way.
Sure.
But I have to say, for me to have a good life and feel like I'm enjoying myself, I have to be here in Ghana. It doesn't happen for me in the UK. The UK is great because obviously family, friends, and you know, Sainsbury's. You guys know me. I'm always talking about Sainsbury's. Those are the things that I miss. Sainsbury's is just a supermarket. I just miss it so much.
Yeah.
And so there's things like that that you miss. But if I could pick up all those things and bring them here, honestly, there's not really anything else that I necessarily need.
Right.
So, like, even if I have to go to the UK tomorrow, just say, I probably couldn't do more than a week. I just the weather and all in my boat. I just couldn't. This for me, I'm living life here, and I don't want to stop living life. So, this is where I need to be.
Nice. I love it. I love it. So for those who are watching that are thinking about moving to Ghana, right, or at least visiting and maybe potentially moving, any pieces of advice you would give them about moving here, from the West specifically?
So I would say the most important thing if you want to move here is don't look at it as though, okay, I'm coming to Ghana, but I'm gonna go back if anything happens. You have to be focused so that you stick at it, because we all have bad days. Let's just be real here. Yeah. I've had a terrible week, honestly, but at no point do I think I'm gonna go back to the UK because I've had a horrible week and da 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 da. Your focus has to be here. So if you're going to make the move here, you have to say, this is it, by hook or by crook, this is what we're gonna do. And I'm not saying come and say, I'm never going back. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this has got to be your plan A and your plan B. If you have to go back for something, fine. But don't make that an option. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Don't make it an option. You have to be focused and say that you're going to stay here so that you can ride the bad times. Because if you have a way out all the time and you see that way out all the time, you will take it. Because it's easy to take it. Something goes wrong. I don't know, maybe, you fall for some scam, or I don't know, anything happens, you think, oh, bad enough, I'm going, I'm leaving. You know, it'd be so easy to do, but you don't want to do that. Don't give yourself that option. Make this like your focus and stick at it, basically. That's what I would say.
I love that. I've seen it happen. People have a plan B planned, and then they actually end up going with their plan B.
Yeah,
so
easy to do.
Yeah, it is. And I can tell you will go through your challenges, but if your why is big enough, and you know why you're here, I think you'll still definitely stay. I'm not leaving. Where can people find you online to learn more about what you're doing with the house building and then the other personal vlogs you talked about?
Okay, so my channel for the building is called Natural Ghana Girl, but then my other channel, to keep it easy, is Natural Ghana Girl Vlogs. So I've kept it nice and simple for you to find. Online I'm there, Instagram I'm there as well. That's pretty much it. I can't do any more social media. It's just so draining.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I can't handle any more social media.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, well, first of all, thanks again for doing this.
Fine, absolutely fine.
And thanks for watching, guys. If you like this content, or if you feel like I missed any questions, I know I always get told I missed something. So if you feel like I missed any questions, write it in the comments, let me know. I'll reach back out to Dela, and we'll make sure that you guys get those answers. Absolutely. And make sure you follow Dela on all the channels that she mentioned. And if you like this comment, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time a new video comes. And of course, share it with your friends.
Of course.
And on that, thanks again. See you all on the next video. Bye, guys. So I want to thank Exotic Parks. It's great for garden weddings, honeymoon facilities, events, and receptions. They have canopies, tables, and chairs. It's for rental. I want to thank them for allowing me to use the space. It's an awesome space. But yeah, check it out. All right, cool. So we just wrapped it up with the interview with Dela, aka Natural Ghana Girl. What do you think? What did you think about her experience here? What do you think about what she's been going through with building the house? What are your thoughts on all that? I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What questions did I forget to ask? You guys will always tell me. If there's something that I should have asked, let me know. Put it in the comments. We'll ask her the question and we'll do a part 2. But thanks guys for watching. See you all in the next video. All right guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, comment, and share it with your friends. All right, see you on the next video.